Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here, 4:39 a.m. Saturday morning, April 19th, 2014. Got my other punk shock here. I guess I did take the out of the package one through the X-Bone version the other night. Anyway, as promised, I planned to painstakingly go through here and execute her tertiary attack until I saw a critical number. It was performing very well at 64. As fate would have it, I bought all the base upgrades here for this punk shock and went out to the training grounds and rattled off 2 critical hits in the first 3, and it comes in 96, which is insane damage. Oddly enough, I never had that the whole time, at least that I ever saw, that we had full upgrades with that punk shock, let alone just the base one. So go figure. Nonetheless, that makes that base tertiary attack, her first purchased upgrade, very impressive. Previous video, I went with Electro Cutie again. It's the one that if I just had one punk shock, I probably would have taken. I based it on one thing, the aura, and second thing being kind of like the tail slap. I thought might help her out in close quarters. The middle upgrade, it hurts. Really no clue what that did for us. I'm gonna have to like meticulously watch the video, see if I can pick up on any subtleties or anything. Overall, not that impressed with this path outside of not Electro Cutie, but Positively Charged. That's that aura, the first upgrade there. I almost feel like that would have been a great soul gem. More so than like her little harpoon attack. I almost think those should have switched paths, or places I should say. That said, what we're going to do here is take a look at Conductor Constructor. If it pans out well, it could easily override Electro Cutie in my personal ranking, so let's check it out. Throw bigger and better water balloons. Again, we're doing 32 to 48 standard with the water balloon, and then when you shoot it with your primary attack or your tail or the aura or whatever it may be, it kind of like temporarily freezes the enemies. It's a really cool look. They turn like a pale blue. It's really neat, but it just doesn't do damage, and this seems to act like it hurts, does damage, and I didn't really see it, but maybe I'm wrong, who knows. Nonetheless, we're going to focus on Conductor Constructor here. Let's check it out. I do like this warning here, again, with your new landers, you can only pick one path. You'll have to reset or buy a second figure. Conductor Constructor begins with H2 Throw. Again, all her upgrade names have pretty clever play on words, or funny stuff. Punny, I should say. Price 1088. Press A to throw 2 additional water balloons. All water balloons last longer. This one not going to do damage numbers for us, but it's going to be very practical. So I'll actually know that ahead of time, which is nice. We're going to pick that up. Let's just go ahead and we'll back out of here once she's got it, and we'll just take a look at it as is. So, water balloons, of course, are her secondary. So it looks like she's going to have the main one that chains out pretty far, and then the 2 auxiliary are going to be a smaller placement. That does last a long time. That's pretty crazy. Let's aim for the middle guy, the sheep man or field, but let's see. Okay, so 32 and then 6 and 6 on the impact, and then 48. Okay, 9. That's going to be our critical number. So the main balloon, the big puddle, the one that goes the farthest, still sitting at 32 to 48. The 2 auxiliaries are either going to do 6 or 9 damage. 9 being the critical hit. And then, of course, if you shoot through there, you get all the crazy action going on. And the biggest perk simply is that it lasts longer. So the 2 water balloons are much smaller. They do 6 to 9 respectively in terms of if it's critical or not. And then, like I said, most importantly, in my opinion, the duration is increased fairly significantly. Troubled Waters is up next. It is priced out $14.08 with our discount. All water balloon attacks do increased damage. Throwing water balloons never hurts so bad. Now, I find that an interesting choice of words because our only water balloon attack is H2 Throw. You could say, yeah, but box stock, you have, what did they call it, Splash Bomb. But Splash Bomb can't be revisited. Once you buy H2 Throw, you'll never throw 1 balloon at a time. You're just going to do H2 Throw. So This is kind of odd. However, bolting blob. Hold A to throw a big balloon into the air, release to zap it. You know what? Let's buy a bolting blob first and then see what this does. We know we had 32 to 48 and 6 to 9. Holding A is not going to impact H2 throw. So bolting blob 1920, hold A to throw a big balloon into the air, release to zap it, and electrify all enemies in a large area. Let's go ahead and pick that up, and then we'll see if troubled waters actually changes the damage numbers on bolting blob. That to me, it seems like that was out of order, if that is the case. If not, I guess it still seems out of order, but it's not as big of a deal. So just to recap, Splash Bomb has become H2 throw. That's the one big one. Good lord, she changed that far. Anyway, if we could just close in like I want to, you get the general idea. It's 32, 6, and 6. However, now we can apparently hold A. I'm assuming based on that aura. Okay, so again, she's very slow when you're charging this up. Let's see what happens. 108, and that was a big area. Pretty quick charge time, so that was 72 there. Alright, so it's going to be 72 to 108. I'm glad we got that critical one out of the way. That's actually pretty cool. I have to say, in all honesty. And I'm not shooting it, she is actually doing that. So watch real closely, don't pay attention to anything but punk shock. Charging it up now, it's ready to go. When I release it, watch her, she'll grab the crossbow and shoot up through the balloon, and that'll be what chains off the damage. That's pretty awesome. I mean, even the animation on that's good. So this is a welcome change of pace. But what I want to showcase there, you saw the damage radius, that won't change. Damage numbers on it though, 72 to 108. And keep in mind, we still have our 32, 6, and 9 there. So what we will do now is buy Troubled Waters, and we know it should increase our damage numbers on H2 throw, that being our 32, 6, and 9, 48, 32, 48, or 6 to 9. But we'll see if the 72 to 108 of bolting blob is also increased. So here we go, final upgrade for the Conductor Constructor path. It's Troubled Waters. All water balloon attacks do increased damage. Cost 1408. Let's check this out. Alright, I'm excited to see if this Troubled Waters will actually impact bolting blob. I'm actually going to check it out first. That's how bad I want to know. Okay, so we know that does damage. I actually have to charge it. So, nonetheless, 72 to 108 is what we had. Let's see what she does. I saw no damage number. Fabulous. Let's try this again. That's 72 to 108, sadly. So I would consider that to be a water balloon attack. And that makes Troubled Waters kind of misleading, you know? That's disappointing, you know. It didn't have to be a big change, even like 78 to 120 or 112 would have been well. The radius on it is fantastic. I mean, you gotta give it that. It's hitting almost the 3 dummies here. If I center myself a little better, I bet it would. Yeah, that got all 3 of them. Those 72 to 108 is going to remain top dog in terms of her bolting blob attack, which is awesome. It's just, to me, that is technically a water balloon attack, and Troubled Water should have enhanced that. I guess now the way they ordered it makes sense, but again, it probably should be phrased that not all water balloon attacks do increase damage, but rather H2 throw does increase damage, I think is the way that should have been worded. That said, let's just come in here and analyze H2 throw now with Troubled Waters. We went from 3248 to, if we could ever get her big one to hit them, 40, 40, 40, get a critical number, please, sometime, anytime. This is probably going to be that deal where I'll never get a critical number, and we'll I'll be here just spamming the A button. 60. Thank you. All right, so H2 throw went from 32.48 to 40.60. That's a nice welcome change of pace. Now let me pay attention. I think the small balloons went from 6 to 9 to an 8 to 12 set. We saw our 8 there. Let's see. 8, 60. We saw 60 again. That's cool. Show us. There was our 12. So that's that. We've got that fully documented now. That's kind of a relief. We'll come in here, pick up her soul gem. Again, I'm not. It's cool. Her soul gem is cool. I like the way she looks when she does it. But the problem I have is I could actually rapid fire this off and do more damage. Electrocute I should say, is your soul gem. Hold Y to charge a powerful crossbow attack, release to shoot all enemies around you. Price $25.60. We'll pick that up, and now this punk shock fully upgraded down Conductor Constructor. Back out of here, come over this direction. And let's see what she can do now. So, we were doing 27.41 with our base upgrades there and then chaining off kind of somewhat erratically. But now, you get the idea. The sad thing is, though, check out these damage numbers. 22. I see 22s all over the place. Here we go again. It's charged up. Very hard to count that, but I've never seen anything higher than 22. Was that a 33? I think it was. I think that was a 33 again, but it's happening. There's so much to take in. I'm not 100% sure. I'll see it for sure in the editing. I think it's 33, so this soul gem will do 22 to 33. Let me try one time. Here we go. She'll actually like start spinning around since I'm facing this way, so check that out too. I think it was 8. Let me try to stay away from the shot. I got 9 that time. 8 is what I'm counting. Again, it's really hard for me to count this one. That I felt like was 10. Felt like that was 10 too. I don't really know. 7 to 10. You know, I do know 22 to 33 on the soul gem here, so that's cool. In terms of which path do I prefer, bear in mind I've done 0 story mode, 0 PvP with this chick fully upgraded, so this will just be based on Woodborough. I might be inclined to do Conductor Constructor just because I feel like this charged attack, 72 to 108 with a great radius, and then you have to realize it's going to slow everybody down. You know, in your big puddle you can still shoot through with a bigger duration. I think that is probably her big highlight. I do like Positively Charged. I feel like that would have been a great soul gem. Kind of switch places with Electrocute and Positively Charged. And then a Revolting Shock, her tail attack where she spins around and knocks the enemies up. That one's kind of cool. But overall, I think Conductor Constructor is better. I did not anticipate that here at the beginning, but I call it like I see it again. I'm basically basing that off of Bolting Blob. I mean, really, to me, Bolting Blob is better than Positively Charged and Revolting Shock. Obviously, if you're a big fan of her primary attacks or the tertiary, you'll want to come in and take Electrocutie. If you like the water balloon aspects and the freezing, the slowing of the enemies, maybe you went defensive with Slam Bam and Chill and you preferred those paths. Treat Conductor Constructor kind of like that, because that's basically what it's going to do is, you know, allow you to slow down, prepare an offensive set against enemies. So that said, if I saw this myself You know, I'm someone else out in the world. If I saw these two videos for her paths, I would personally take Conductor Constructor and be pretty content with that. So I will leave it at that. Again, things may change as I play. Maybe that other path will grow on me, but it is what it is. I kind of had high hopes for Punk Shock's upgrades, and overall, I don't know if it's because I was expecting too much from her. The Soul Gem I'm not a big fan of, particularly like I said, the 22 to 33. It's cool, it's rapid fire, but I mean literally I could shoot off 27s to 41s, and you saw me in the previous video when we went into the solo survival. She would spin around aimlessly, and some of her shots were just directed towards nothing. So take away a couple of those 22 to 33s and then factor in the time it would take for me to do it manually with 27s to 41s, and I think that the manual route might actually outperform the Soul Gem, which is never a good thing to hear. At this point in time, I would have been happier with the Soul Gem giving her increased armor or something like that. But that said, as always, thanks for watching. Again, feel free to give your opinions, what paths you would take. Again, most of you have probably upgraded her, played with her, PvP or story mode, whatever you're working on. And maybe you have some different insights than I do. Feel free to share those. Help everybody that watches this wind up picking the best path for their playstyle and what they hope to accomplish. That said, cannot stress it enough, that link at the top of the video description box. If you take that, you'll be directed to a post dedicated entirely to Mrs. Punkshock here. We'll have damage numbers for all her upgrades minus it hurts. Assuming I can figure that out, it will be there. But check that out, it'll help you out. You'll see her base upgrade video, then Conductor Constructor, then Electrocutie. If you took Conductor Constructor, you're curious about Electrocutie, you can watch it, you can say, man, I should have taken Electrocutie, or I definitely took the right one. Whatever works best for you. Ultimate goal here is to simply help you pick the best path. Again, everyone's actually going to be different. Some people might say, man, this one's definitively better. 9 people in a row might say the same thing, and the next person might say, actually, I prefer this one. It comes down to your individual play style, and a lot of you, just set things up for story mode. Some of you kind of more into the PvP aspects. Clearly that changes things, so keep that in mind. But regardless, I want these videos to help you pick the best path for your playstyle and for what you hope to accomplish. If it helps in any way do that, I feel like I've done my job. I'm happy. Hopefully you're happy. It is almost 5 a.m. I'm really tired. Not sure if I will record Frino right now or not. I'm tempted to water my plants in Animal Crossing and call it a night. My voice has kind of come back around, but it'd probably be better if I got some sleep. May do that actually. But again, if I had to definitively say which path I prefer at this point in time, which is again limited to Woodboro, I would go Conductor Constructor. The bolting blob is really cool. Great range, and 72 to 108 is very much appreciated and impressive. So that's my logic there. I do like the aura. Like I said, that would have been a great Soul Gem. Nonetheless, she's a great character just from the base upgrades, really. I think I'm kind of losing sight of that. The upgrade paths sort of both disappointed me, but the bottom line is her first 4 purchased upgrades, very, very nice. Toss in bolting blob or the aura and the tail slap, and you got a pretty solid character. So I think she will definitely grow on me in terms of the path. I feel like I'll ultimately like Conductor Constructor the best, but I'll leave it at that. As always, thanks for watching. OneOfWisdom.com. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Again, thanks for watching, and I will catch y'all back here as we record Frino.